What's good, family? I'm back at it, give another video. And this video, bro, is gonna be a video that hopefully enlightens, hopefully helps identify, hopefully just problem solves, and just points whoever's watching this video in a direction that is meant for them authentically and purposefully. Bro, lately I have been torn between two worlds. And if you watch my last video, you kind of like have a perspective of what I'm about to speak about. If you didn't, then this will be probably new for you. But lately, brother, sister, whoever's watching this, I swear I have been torn between my highest version of myself and the ideal version of myself. And what I'm basically saying in transparency is I've been torn between the person that God wants me to be and is authentically molding me to be, and the individual that I may be perceiving myself to be, or I may want to be, on Instagram or socials, or, the selfie aspect of how we perceive ourselves at times, meaning that we have to be perfect. Everything has to be congruent with the ideal of image, or, all the bullshit, right? When it all falls down, it's like, who are you authentically? Who are you with no resources? What are your morals? What is your integrity? And what is your mind frame, right? I think the most important thing when we're running this game of life, bro, is we can't identify with the things that we have. We have to identify with what we are, right? So for instance, if I'm a millionaire, but I don't have $1 million in my bank, how does that make sense for me, right? Now, can I have $1 million worth of health? Can I have $1 million worth of perspective, wisdom, knowledge, right? Could I have $1 million worth of athleticism, right? I think the world, right? And this is why I've been fighting so hard. The world tries to confine you into thinking that you are literally that small, right? There are some geniuses that watch my videos, right? There are some people that are made to change the world. There are some people that have seen my videos, that have spoken to me in real life, right? That are speaking to the next generation of like agriculture, you know what I'm saying? Like producers, world leaders, thought leaders, creatives, the next biggest generation of artists of all time, right? And you just thinking that your trauma, your sacrifice, right? You're belittled, you're nothing, you're all of these things that you're identifying with without realizing. It's like when you pull back the layers, right? Like who am I without the cars? Who am I without the wealth? Who am I without the external validation? Who am I without Instagram? Who am I without this ideal version of myself that we all masquerade? Like the thing I hate with people sometimes, bro, is when you give people a side of you that you think they want to see, but then the real aspect of the conversation is that everybody has some of the same thoughts. Everybody goes through some of the same things. Everybody is organically building themselves to be a certain person every single day, whether they're self-aware of that or not. But that's like the gray area. That's that thin line where truth can't not reside in, if you get what I'm saying, right? So basically what I mean is like, we've been trained to walk in fear, bro. We've been trained to walk in solitude and solace. We've been trained to isolate ourselves from emotions, isolate ourselves from people, isolate ourselves from, situations, isolate ourselves from trauma, right? And put ourselves in a mind frame in which we don't know how to move forward. We just know how to keep running the hamster wheel. And the people that are running this world that you'll never see have designed this bitch to run perfectly. Because, for instance, If in your mind you're having dreams every single day about you changing your life, you moving to a new hometown, you starting a career, right? You doing something that your family, lineage, prior, after, friend group, nobody's ever seen, thought, or even had these envisions ever, right? Everybody you speak to about your dreams, your goals, they think you're fucking crazy. Everybody that you depict an idea to thinks you should be fucking submitted into like a fucking insane asylum. Everybody that you know what I'm saying, like kick some form of game to, or anybody you just voice your opinion to, right? In your small-minded environment, and your small-minded friend group, and your small-minded space, right? Because, you know, your friends are you. You are your friends. You know, your friend group is a very important piece of your life. And this could go for family. This could go for your school. This could go for a numerous number of things, right? Because everything is energy. So let me ask you this question. If God, life, the universe, is telling you that you are meant for more, it's telling you that you are special, it's telling you that you are going somewhere that is uncomfortable, that is glorious, that is helping the world, right? And what I mean by helping the world is you're being someone who can inspire. You're being someone who can drop a gem. You're being someone who can push the needle, right? But everything around you is telling you that you just need to be a worker, that you just need to think small, that you just need to be little, right? That you just need to not take the risk, right? Do what everyone else has done before you, struggle, mentally be taxed, unregulate your nervous system, and do all of these things, bro, that we've been trained lineage after lineage after lineage to be, right? But it's something about you that it's just your soul will not go for it, bro. I made this video for that person, bro. I made this video for the individual that knows she is meant to change the world, bro. I'm making this video right now for the individual that is doubting themselves, for the individual that is self-sabotaging, the individual that feels that they have no friends, they have nobody, right? The individual that feels that nobody is with them, the individual that truly feels that no matter what they do, they always fall short. I promise you, bro. And I'm speaking to myself when I say this shit, and I'm speaking to everybody on the face of the planet, bro. We are made in the image and likeness of the Creator, bro. And I'm not saying that shit to sound cliche or corny. Listen, we are made in the image and the likeness of the Creator, the Most High God. What does that mean, bro? What that means is everybody has been tapped. Everybody has a distinctive thing about them, whether they want to believe it or not. Some individuals are aware of their gift. Some individuals are detached from their gift. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like none of that shit matters, bro. The only thing that matters, bro, is you living out your God-given purpose. That's the only thing that fucking matters. Not somebody else's opinion of you, not somebody else's perspective of you, not somebody else's ideal. Like, fuck all that shit, bro. Like, and when I'm saying this shit, I really want you to listen to what I'm saying, bro. Like, we are put here, right, to enact change. We are put here to help. We are put here to enlighten. We are put here to teach. We are put here to be vessels. So if you're thinking small, if you're letting your environment torment you, if you're feeling like you're really not who you are meant to be and or created to be, that's like you smacking God in the face, bro. That's like if you choose, right? And when I'm saying this shit, bro, listen to me when I'm saying this shit, because I'm putting you on the perspective of I had to fight so hard to get out of a way of thinking. I had to fight so hard to get out of a way of eating. I had to fight so hard to break out of the matrix, bro. And the funny thing about it is I have so much further to go on my journey that it's like, right now, bro, I'm just existing and I'm just being. But even I have struggled at times where I had to take a break from my purpose. I had to take a break from the things that I love. I had to take a break from being authentically 100% who I know that I am, because even I doubt myself. Even I get in my head. Even I self-sabotage. Even I self-isolate, bro. So it's like, in order to authentically show up as yourself, you gotta break down the barriers, bro. You gotta break down the walls. You have to assume the position of being and living in the likeness and image of the Creator, bro. That may mean that you just will never fit in, no matter where you are, where you go, bro. You will find your tribe, right? Those people that are for you and that are in alignment with you, you will form that connection. But from the world's perspective, from the world's standpoint, if you one of the chosen ones, you're never, ever going to fit in. Why? Because your gaze is open, bro. Your eyes is open, bro. You're overly tapped in. You're never going to be able to go back to the old person you were, bro. You're never going to be able to go back to that old way of living. Even when you want to, even when you try, even when you think for 1 second that I could just snap back, right? It's like you Neo in the Matrix, right? And you just looking at everything from a third person perspective on some shit, and you like, wow, wow. And if you understand what I mean, you understand what I mean. But what I'm saying all that to say is, it's like, when you are you, you gotta be you, bro. When you walk every single day, you gotta walk in your purpose. You gotta walk in your alignment, bro. You have to be you, because you don't know how many people you're helping change their life, bro. And I swear, I know this shit sounds corny. I know this shit sounds like rah, rah, rah. But bro, listen to what I'm saying, bro. You have no idea how just being you is helping somebody find their way. You have no idea the videos that you posting that may not be getting as many views, right? That may not be as big or analytically speaking on a higher scale. But it's one person that is watching your get ready with me's, right? Or your entertaining videos, right? And they picking up on game. They jotting that shit down. They going to work. They doing homework on you, brother, sister. It's like, but you in your eyes, you thinking, I can't do this because I haven't had any example of doing this. There is no example for me, bro. This is me in the flesh. I have seen nobody in real life, and I'm saying this shit as humbly as possible. I've seen nobody be me. I've seen nobody look at a reflection and be like, damn, I see that. No, I've never seen it, bro. I've never seen nobody in real life do exactly what I'm doing, attempt to be what I've become, succeed at it, etc., etc. I've never seen that shit, bro. And when you've never seen something, that's how you know that you have that much more of a responsibility to uphold, bro. Because you are the first one in your generation. You are the first one in your family. You are the first one in your lineage, bro, to break them curses. You're the first one, bro. That's why you feel like that tug. That's why you feel that weight on you. That's why when you ain't on your shit, when you falling off, you get so self-aware and you tap back in, because it's like, you can't go back to your old self. You can't be a bot no more, bro. That shit's not gonna work. You're you, and you gotta be free to be you. And that don't mean you necessarily gotta be goddamn a Buddhist monk or, you know what I'm saying, floating and shit. What that means is the balance and the duality of you living your life every single day, right, has to be pushing you forward, has to be getting you more tapped in, has to be getting you spiritually grounded, has to be giving you the God-giving discernment that we all have, but just some are not locked in with at the current moment. But like I said prior, bro, everybody has been tapped. Everybody has been given an assignment. Nobody's here by chance. Nobody's here by accident. There are some robots. There are some Dracon. There is a lot of shit going on Earth, You know, if you don't, you don't. Feel me? But I'm talking to the people that know, bro. Everybody has been put here to be a vessel. Everybody has been put here to serve to some degree, right? Even the evil motherfuckers, bro, they serving a purpose. They some fuck niggas. So if those individuals are the scum of the earth, those individuals are the most terrible, most fucked up people, why can't you be authentically you? Why can't you show up as your authentic self every day? You got angels walking with you. You protected by more than you know, bro. So it's like, realistically, and I'm gonna end this shit off like this, bro. Everybody that's watching this video, everybody that knows their calling is coming, that feels it in a spirit, right? That feels that tug, whether if it's to get out of your city, whether if it's to save some money, invest into yourself, whether if it's to take your craft that much more serious, whether if it's to start posting your content, whether if it's to get away from all your low vibrational environments and friends and the things that are pulling you down, the things that are tugging on you and the things that are just fucking you over, bro. It's like, this is your confirmation for me, bro. Like, now is the time, bro. Now is the time. Have patience, bro. Have respect, but at the same time, bro, allow yourself to become everything that you know you are, bro. Once again, this isn't a very friendly, bumpy, very process. It's a very uncomfortable thing. It's a very fucked up thing, but it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very discerned, it's a very intricate, it's a very much enlightening process, bro. And you just gotta be able to just take your hands off the wheel, bro, and just be ready for the ride, bro. That's it. Don't overcomplicate this shit. Don't overthink this shit. Every single day, bro, just live. Every single day, bro, just experience. Every single day, bro, just love. Even if it's just you, bro. Pour into your cup, right? Become exactly who you know you are, bro. Every single day, and just be. That's it. Just be, bro. You know exactly what you need to be doing. You know exactly who you are, and you know exactly what's coming. Nothing but greatness. Nothing but prosperity. Nothing but love. Nothing but more life. Nothing but more experiences. Nothing but more downloads. Nothing but more creativity, more world building, and all of these great, fantastic things that the Creator allowed us to be able to do while we having this 3D experience here on Earth. So, like I said, bro, I love y'all. I'm out. I'm probably ready to go. I seen a deer out here yesterday, bro. He was just chilling. I was ready to leave this nigga a seeded watermelon, bro, but I think bro might have dipped. But he might come back and get that bitch though, bro. I'm see if that nigga wanted to split that bitch. But yeah, bro. Love y'all. I'm out. Keep showing up 100% as yourself and watch how the world conforms to your authenticity. Keep showing up 100% as who you are and watch how the people that are meant to be around you magically start popping up. Keep tapping in, focusing on yourself and being exactly who you are and not wanting to change to conform to societal identities and perspectives and expectations, and see how God literally grants you everything that you desire, to the point where the things that you felt like you needed, you realize that those things didn't even matter. And your peace of mind, your sense of self, and your spiritual divinity was all that you needed. I love y'all, man. I'm gone.